Hello, welcome to What We May Be, lesson number 3. Today, we're going to do free drawing. I want you to get into your most playful attitude that you possibly can, because this is supposed to be fun, and quite frankly, it won't work if you bring your logical brain to the party. So you need to just take this with a very lighthearted, playful approach. Get yourself something that you enjoy color-wise, whether that's crayons or markers or paint, some medium that just makes you kind of grin inside. I have my many colored markers here that just make me happy inside. And whatever paper feels good to you or whatever's convenient, because there's nothing wrong with plain old good old-fashioned convenience. And then I want you to just center yourself, take a deep breath and relax. So go get those supplies and come back and hit play when you're ready to begin. We are going to approach this blank sheet of paper as if it has something to tell us. And it gets its power from the pen, paint, marker, whatever you're using. And so you can even close your eyes if that makes it easier, because you don't want to focus on what you are drawing. You want to allow it to reveal itself to you. So I'm going to demonstrate that today so you get a sense of what that feels like. The instructions are pretty simple. I will read them to you at the end so you have a very clear set of instructions for those of you who prefer that kind of direction. But I wanted to start with just an example first. And simply, you're just going to watch me do a free drawing. I'm going to look at my beautiful markers, which I love, and I want to say, okay, what color calls to me? What color wants to come out and play? This one. Ooh. Then, without any intention in my mind, without any expectation, I do have an intention, and that intention is to let what needs to be revealed to me be revealed. Let me see something about myself differently. What can I know today? What can I see? And then I'm simply going to put the pen on the page, but I'm going to continue to look at you because that is going to prevent me from thinking too much. And then I'm not going to really worry about what it looks like when it's done. But I am going to just sort of relax into it and see what wants to be revealed to me. And I'm just kind of going with whatever urge strikes me. And it may or may not make sense at the end, and I don't really care because that's not the point. I just want to see what wants to come out to play. And I'm just going to do this for kind of as long as it feels like. I just felt myself go off the page, so I'm just going to move over. And then I'll do this until I sort of have this sense of, well, I'm done. And maybe I want a new color. Okay, so maybe that's interesting. Don't do what I just did. Do not judge your work. Not even good judgment. Not even, oh, that's interesting. Just do it. Don't judge it. I do want another color. Ooh, blue. Blue is calling to me. I don't know what's going to come of it, but blue wants to come out to play. Okay, blue. Over here, blue wants to start. Oh. I just feel like circly, spirally. No, I'm done. And then you look at your page and just kind of see if anything's missing. Does it look complete? Does it feel like something's missing? Do you want to kind of add anything to it? Remind yourself not to judge it. It's really hard to look at it. Oh yeah, I pulled it out of the camera. I didn't mean to do that. There. It is what it is. Don't judge it. We are going to analyze it, but don't judge it. All right, I do feel like something's missing right here. I feel like there's a big empty something, and I don't know what's supposed to go there, so I'm just going to quiet myself and ask, what goes there? Like, I've got these felt tip markers that are like amazingly kind of smooth, and they soak up some of the page, and I feel like it's like the infinity sign. It's like the 8, the magic 8, which is infinity, the Mobius strip of life. And then, when you're ready, you can move on to the analysis stage of your free drawing. And sometimes it's helpful to have other people look at it and say, what occurs to you when you look at this page? And sometimes it's just helpful to trust yourself and go with what you get. And I'm getting that there's a lot of free-flowing energy that I've really loosened up. I'll show you some of my old free drawings and you'll see a difference. And I like that there was sort of this emptiness in the center that I felt like I wanted to fill with infinity. I don't know, that's cool. It's like there was emptiness and now it's filled with infinity. It's like unlimited possibilities. It's cool. And then, you know, all these different lines, they show like a lot of energy. And everything's there's not a lot of sharp edges. And that's kind of fun. I mean, sharp edges typically are more your analytical left-hand side of the brain. I think I should show you now some of my old free drawings because that's really going to help you see how this is an evolution and you can see how our inner world changes over time. I did these free drawings literally 20 years ago in a class that I took in college. In my very first free drawing, I did exactly what I just showed you, where I wasn't really looking at the page, I wasn't analyzing it, and had a bunch of random sort of things, and at the end, what I felt like doing was putting a circle around it. You ready? Look at that. Whoa. Whoa, what do you think I was trying to tell myself there? Wow. Not judging, just being amazed at my inner world. All right. Look at this now, compared to today. This one is all sorts of angles and lines and order and direction and charts and checking off and being very organized. And I had a lot going on with thinking versus feeling. This one's cool, look at it. I just love all that energy. Like I'm getting a little bit of the smooth flowing lines in here and we're shooting up into space. Like I'm clearly going somewhere. This was during my college years too, so I was clearly, you know, getting ready to take off. I'll just show you one or two more just to show you how they can be very different. Here's one. It's more the free-flowing like I did today. This one here. Yet there's still a lot of compartments and categories. Anyway, the point is that yours will be very different than mine or anyone else's. And that's the key. You get to get to know what comes naturally to you, what symbols maybe recur over and over again. If you enjoy this process, I would recommend doing it every day for a month. That's what I did, and that's what this is a collection of. Because after a month's time, you will go through it and notice patterns that will tell you about your inner world, and revelations will come to you. It's a very fun process. I want to read you the actual instructions now from our book that we're using, What We May Be. We are in chapter 2, which is all about mapping our internal realm. There's a little more information in chapter 2, so we will do another lesson on chapter 2 next time, which is going to cover the unconscious, the subconscious, you know, it's more about mapping that internal territory. I won't go into it too much because I want to save it for the next lesson. But here's the free drawing exercises for your reference. Ready? I think we're at about 8 minutes or so into the video. So just check this time, and then that way if you want to do this over and over again, you can just come back to this time of the video, and you don't have to listen and watch the whole thing all over again. Ready? Take several colored pencils or crayons and some pieces of paper. Before beginning to draw, allow yourself a few moments of relaxed, calm awareness. Deep breath. Now, let your hand draw and watch with mild curiosity what is taking shape on paper. Allow your hand to draw absolutely anything it wants. Abstract or concrete, let the quality of what comes up be whatever it wants to be, even if it doesn't coincide with your present image of yourself. And don't judge it. It is what it is. And as you draw, let your hand movements be the way they need to be, jerky or flowing, quick or slow, etc. When you feel that you have finished, study your drawing. Is it really finished? Or does it lack a final touch? If so, complete it in any way that you would like. You should treat your drawing as if it were a person coming from a distant land whose customs are very different than those of your own country. Instead of judging it in an intellectual manner, Listen to the drawing story. This drawing may represent something new and different from what the surface mind feels like. We seek to resonate with it and intuitively capture the message it gives to us about ourselves. Enjoy this process. Please approach it with a playful attitude. And I'd be interested to hear what you thought about the process and whether or not you got anything out of the results when you've done it. So comment me or message me because I would be very curious to know. Thank you for listening and joining us here in Lesson 3 of What We May Be. Next week we'll be back with Lesson 4 where we're talking more about mapping that inner world. Create a great week.